Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am ready to hit up some sales on a Saturday. It is a really slow day for yard sales today. So I only have 3 sales on my list, and one of them was kind of like, I wouldn't under normal circumstances be hitting this one up because the pictures are so bad. But you know, desperate times. So we are going to hit them up and see if we can find some bargains. I mean, sometimes when I have only a few on my list, I end up doing better. So hopefully that's one of these times. Anyway, let's hit the road because it's already almost 7 o'clock. Good, how are you?
Okay.
I really liked this cat. He was super cute, but he had a chip on one of his paws, so I passed. So guys, this ended up being a whole like block long sale, but the prices at literally every single sale were just horrible. So I'm showing you some of the footage, but I ended up, I think I only got one item for reselling, just because I was just priced out of everything. It was ridiculous. My new favorite thing is to pick up costume jewelry, but going through this stuff, this was all just kind of crap, so I left it all. Oopsies. Can't read that. White House Black Market. Now, this sale was interesting because this guy was charging only $5 for any box of books that you purchased, which, if I really felt like taking the time to do it, I think you could make a profit just taking them to Second and Charles or one of those secondhand bookstores, because one of the boxes was filled with David McCullough books, which seemed to do pretty well, but I just did not have it in me to do that. And so I ended up picking up my husband a few books, and that was it.
Check out the free stuff.
¿A dónde va? Yo ya fui ya.
Are you a reseller? Okay, I understand. All right, cool. Well, thank you. Yeah, no problem. You have a good day.
So spider jackets are a funny thing. These kinds of jackets, as you can see, do not do well. Now, if this had been a winter coat, I would have snagged that 100%. Hey guys, welcome back to the haul. So today was another day of really rough going. In fact, there is only footage for one item that I picked up. However, I did hit a couple of drive-by yard sales and one drive-by estate sale that I picked up a couple of bangers. At least I think they're bangers. I'm fairly confident they're going to do well. Now, the good news is I only spent $19 today, which is pretty decent of a low cost of goods, and I have a couple of items that are going to bring between $40 and $50, so it's definitely worth my while. But it was a lot of work, I'm not going to lie. I was out from 7 until like 12:30, and for me to be out that long and to have really not that big of a haul is really unusual, except maybe not recently. I don't know. Let me know in the comments what you're seeing at your yard sales. Here in Birmingham, people seem to be looking up everything on eBay, and more of the yard sales are priced ridiculous for resellers. I mean, flat out, when I walked in with my GoPro, one guy said to his wife, she must be a reseller. She's going to hate my prices. Okay, but so is every other yard seller. They're all going to hate your prices. So why? Why? I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to jump into the haul. The last yard sale that I hit was definitely the best. This lady had normal yard sale prices. She had everything marked like $1. The most I spent on one item was $2. And a lot of the clothes that I'm going to show you, in fact, all of the clothes that I'm going to show you came from her yard sale. So the first item is this really pretty, like Free People V-neck floral dress. It is a size small, which not my favorite to pick up, but these seem to do pretty decently. It's just a little tiered mini dress, and so this should go for probably around $24. And I've mentioned before, soft surroundings is just okay, but $1 for soft surroundings, I'm going to pick that up every time. This is a small, and it's just really just this like plain little marled like tunic, I guess you would call it. And again, it's in a size small, but I will probably get at least $14 or $15 for this. And when the cost of goods is that low, it's okay. All right, this I need to clean up. It had a couple of spots somewhere, but nothing that won't come right out. But this is a petite large soft surroundings. I want to say it feels like linen. I don't know that I checked the fiber content on this. But let's do that real quick and see. Let's see. Yes, yay! It's a linen blend. So better size, obviously a better fiber content, and I'm thinking this will go around $16 or $18. Now, I did pick up these Miss Me jeans only because they were only $1 because of the size. So, what they do have going for them are the boot cut. They have one spot of paint, but I can get this off no problem with Q-tip and alcohol, so that'll come right out. And there was there one other issue? Oh, they're very distressed. But I think the biggest issue is really just going to be their size, because they're so teeny tiny. But still, when you only pay $1, if I let these go for $15, $16, even better. Miss Me has a great sell-through rate for me. They always sell. Maybe not so high, but I don't care. $1 into 16, and to do it quickly, definitely going to do that. Okay, this I thought was going to be a better pickup than it actually is. This is Nancy. I always want to say Nancy Drew. Nancy Boland City Girl, and this is a silk blend, and it's like 80% silk. Clearly vintage, really nice. Some of her stuff that is more like boho chic does fairly decent. This one probably not going to go much more than $15 or $16, but again, it was only $1. And this is a Nike Dry Fit racerback tank, maybe $12. I love this. This was a really good pickup. So this is Free People, but look, it's got that Aztec-y vibe on the back, and it's denim. It is a size extra small. Oh, I didn't see that, but that's okay. Now, it has got a stain on it. It has a couple of stains. So right on the front, if you can see that. Well, I don't know if you can see that, but right there, looks like blood. That'll come out with my concoction. I'm not worried about it. It almost seems vintage. Not really sure, but this should probably go closer to the $30 mark. All right, that is it for the clothes. These were probably not a good pickup. I picked these up because they're DC. I've never picked up DC before. And when I did a quick comp search, DC sells really well, but not this DC. This is like preppy DC. They want skater DC. So probably not going to go much more than $14 or $15, but hopefully I get rid of them. And then I grabbed stickers because, you know, I love stickers. And these are vintage, sealed, Sandy Lion. She charged me $25 for all three. Worst case scenario, they go into my classroom. The last three items were my best pickups. So this was $1, and it is a Sissy Rossi. I don't know if you can see that on the button. Okay, let's go this way. Maybe I can find a label inside. Yeah. So this is Sissy Rossi, and it is made in Italy. And these can go really, really well. There's a couple of solds in the hundreds. I found this exact same style, just in brown instead of black, and it was listed for $75. I didn't find any solds for this like messenger bag style, but I like my chances. I think I'm going to get between 30 and 40 for this, potentially higher, but I'm being conservative. Okay, I have loved picking up costume jewelry as of late. When you hit it on costume jewelry, you do really well. Public service announcement, that little necklace that I picked up just last Saturday sold for $75 in 2 days. So that's what I mean. Now there's a lot of clunkers out there, but I'm learning as I go. So I could not read this little stamped tag, and I don't expect that you would be able to read it, but I knew that it said something on it, and the lady only wanted $5 for these beads. And I'm so glad I did, because when I got home and looked with my magnifying glass, they are stamped 925, and they are a desirable designer, which I will flash up there because I cannot remember it. I keep saying they're Lorenzo Lamas because I know it's 2 L's, but that's not it. And so these should sell right around the $30 mark, and I only paid $5 for them. I am most excited about this, and I didn't look anything up with this. I just looked at this and said, oh yeah, that's really beautiful. I'm like, that looks like mother of pearl, but I don't know. And then it had this sticker on it that's like vintage China, not Japan. But these things can sell really well. Now I have found comps anywhere from like 20 something dollars all the way up to $150, $160. So I have to take a little bit of a deeper dive to see what I've got. Plus the back has been like taped on, and I don't know how that's going to impact the value, but I think conservatively I am going to get probably between $30 and $40 for this, and I only paid $2. Okay guys, that's a really, really quick, short, little thrift haul, but that's the way it goes sometimes. So anyway, that's it for this week, and I will catch you again next week. Bye guys.